Ronda Rousey is back in the news.
Mm.
Rousey is one of the best UFC fighters of all time, and she's also a very well known and household name.
Right.
Do you think that Rousey is one of the best fighters of all time?
Yeah, she is. She showed us constantly and still now that why she holds one of the top UFC fighters right now.
I don't know if many know this, but she is an Olympic bronze medalist in judo from the 2008 Beijing China Games.
Mm-hmm.
And Rousey is actually the original American in the Olympics to win a medal in female judo since 1992 when they made it an Olympic sport.
Right.
How impressive is her getting a medal before an impressive UFC career?
That just shows that she had promise way before her career. She's been doing it for a long time. Whether even if it wasn't UFC, it could have been anything else that she was. Anything she did, it was gonna be great.
Yeah, Rousey had retired after losing back to back in 2015 and 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then in her 2015 fight with Holly Holmes, I noticed that before the fight, she didn't touch gloves with Holmes, and it seemed like she did this intentionally. So
Oh yeah,
maybe I'm
personal.
superstitious, but by not touching gloves, did that lead to the Rousey loss?
Uh, I wouldn't necessarily say that because I mean it could be times where you just maybe you don't really rock with that next opponent and you don't want to, you know what I mean? But it just depends.
So in this fight, Holmes was just the better fighter.
Yeah.
Yet, I do remember her saying that she was feeling very depressed after the loss. And what do you think about that?
Like I said, it could have been a reason why she didn't touch gloves. She probably could have had something going on personally at that time. It could be a lot of reasons. So, yeah, I don't think it was necessarily the opponent. I think it was more self.
Yeah, we have a quote from her. It says, "Ask the MMA media why what I gave wasn't enough. They're the ones saying it." And she said this on the High Performance podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And that I was a fraud, that I was hyped, that I was exposed, that I was never anything and just lucky.
Mm.
So she loses twice and retires. Is she a sore loser, as the media mentioned?
Uh, no, I don't think she's a sore loser. I don't think she's a sore loser. Uh, like I said, just like the golf situation, it's all mentally. So she's not. If she feels her self esteem is going low or anything in that matter, you can't play at your best when you're like that. So
Yeah, lately Rousey made headlines for not going to a UFC match, and she's got her own reasons for attending. She was quoted as saying, "Everything that could be said was negative and was said. I feel really vilified by the MMA media at this point and not welcome back, which is why I haven't gone to a UFC fight since. I'm pretty sure if I walked into the arena, I'd be booed. That's how it feels."
mm.
So let's discuss this. What do you think is going on here?
um, is either something we don't know that she has revealed to the world, but I think, like I said, I don't think she'll be booed. It just, of course, it's gonna be haters, but you just being real with yourself and what you got going on, and tell your story when she feels comfortable. I don't know if she's been doing therapy or anything, but just being true to herself.
Yeah, I agree that you know I think that she's one of the best fighters of all time. That
Yeah,
she needs to still be celebrated, considering what she's brought to the
achieved,
sport.
right?
And I'm almost kind of wondering. And I think this is one of the knocks on Rousey, which I think is ridiculous. But they say that she's more a grappler, more into judo and stuff. That she's not like the pure type of fighter. So less fists, and it's
Uh-huh.
more like I guess like
Karate
yeah,
type.
grabs and
Mm.
throws and holds and stuff.
Right.
I don't see what the issue is though. It's mixed martial arts. It's ultimate fighting. So even if she is mainly just judo,
I mean, that could have been her starting. That could be her starting point to her career. That could have been her story where I started, karate, fight. I mean, that's pretty much kind of the similar thing, but different. But it's both really physical contact. So
oh, of course. And I know on the Steve O's Wild Ride podcast, she had recently said that recovering from a fight is just it's not easy. It's
yeah,
really difficult, especially after being like beaten down. So
yeah, especially if you're a UFC fighter, you get really. I'm pretty sure they get discouraged.
she would do that armbar as fast as she can to end the fight. And, she had fights that lasted, some of them just a few seconds. And she's definitely one of the best to have ever been a UFC fighter.
Yeah,
Um,
I would have to agree with that too.
Rousey is now working a self-sufficient farm where actually people can buy things from. The website is rouseyacres.com, and you can buy food or merchandise.
Yeah, definitely.
So if I asked you a while back what Rousey would do after fighting, would you guess farming?
No, honestly, I wouldn't have guessed that. But I mean, you never know. It's a lot of these players have like under the cover lives and passions that they have. So, I could have guessed it based off her background, but other than that, no.
Yeah, Sugar Sean O'Malley has a farm in Phoenix, Arizona, so he's kind of gotten into it too.
Right.
And she was with the WWE as a wrestler for almost 10 years, but she has said that she was used to actual competition more so than the scripted wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah, I have to agree with her too. She's used to the real thing, not with WWE, because some of that stuff is scripted. So.
And she had said on the Steve-O podcast, she was kind of talking about WWE in a negative light. And, you know, the CEO, Vince McMahon, has recently been exposed. Will things improve at WWE with him out of the equation?
Yeah, it should. It should, honestly. And, you know, a lot of people, especially if you're at the matches and stuff, they know it's fake. You know what I mean? Some stuff, yeah.
I know there's a line from that movie, Fighting with My Family, which is a true story wrestling movie. And I think it's Nick Frost says it. Nick Frost's character, he says, wrestling isn't fake, it's fixed. And I like that. That's a great way to kind of explain to someone, like, okay, they're actually wrestling, they're doing the moves, but it is scripted.
Right. It's not, but it makes sense, though, because, I mean, if we think about it, if they were actually doing everything that was real on there, them wrestlers wouldn't last. So
no, they wouldn't. So y'all let us know about that. Is Rousey one of the best MMA UFC fighters of all time?
Yeah, let us know in the comment section.
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.